if the titty twister from from Dusk Till Dawn was a real place, Mutoid Man would be playing there.
It's exactly it. Welcome to Every Album Ever with Mike and Alex. My name is Michael Mansour, and I'm joined, as always, by my bright, cheery, and helpful co-host, Alexander Volt. Say hello.
Hello.
This is Every Album Ever, the podcast. We listen to every single album in the world, one artist at a time. That's usually a new discography per episode, except for EAE singles episodes like this one, where we discuss a brand new album that just came out. And today, we'll be discussing not every album, but one album by
the newest album by Mutoid Man entitled Mutants.
Mutants, Mutoid Man. Ooh, fun band. Alex picked for this one.
Yes, and amazed that you took a little bit to get around to the more Brodsky. Yeah, Stephen Brodsky. I have never listened to Mutoid Man. Yes, but
this is my first Mutoid Man album.
Yes, but you've put a few of his albums that are not Mutoid Man on your end list.
I've heard him before. I've seen him on things. I've seen him on fucking whatever minutes to midnight.
2 minutes to late night.
There we go. I'm thinking of like an actual song. And then his album with Marissa Nadler was on my 2019 year-end list, which is like, I mean, I've gone back to Marissa Nadler in years since, like albums she's put out. He's the reason I like that album. It's all him. Like,
shit.
He's the reason. Like, I like him. Like, she's fine, but I'm not really into it. This dude rules.
Yeah. So I'm assuming you had a good time here.
I had a good time here. First listen, I'm like, okay, this is fun, not party metal, but it's like fun metal. And then second listen, I'm like, I think I like this a fucking lot.
Yeah.
Third listen, like this rules.
It does rule.
Fucking rules.
It does indeed rule. It is the most ruliest.
Unruly, you would say.
Unruly even. Yes. All the generic awesome terms for this album are completely at home.
Dude, so the last album they put out was 2017?
Hormones, which is awesome.
And
I mean, I thought they had more, but I guess it's just the 3 and then maybe some EPs.
Yeah, really.
So, yeah, all their albums are amazing at time of recording this.
I can't believe it's been 6 years since because it seems like I don't know anything about this band. Any claim I make is full of shit, but it seems like they would be more active, especially with a guy whose face is around as prominently as Stephen.
Yeah, I guess he's this
Steve, whatever.
He seems like a busy man who like doesn't necessarily need this band to get his creative juices going, as we've noted on our year ends, and also he was in Converge for a hot second, and then he'll like guest appearance, but he had a hand in doing the Converge Chelsea Wolf album.
Oh, that was a good album. That was a good ass album. Made both of our lists, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
And this album, so I have no frame of reference compared to previous albums. I can't compare it at all. I have no idea. But this is just like a metal nerds album. It's like metal nerds made this album.
Yeah, it's this blend of nerds, heavy music, and then almost like twisted Saturday morning cartoon aspect to it,
especially with the cover art.
Yes,
especially that cover art. It's so fun.
Yeah, but they're kind of in that same thing where a band like Motorhead or Slayer is, where they do the one thing, but they do it really good.
So that I went in expecting crazy, proggy, kooky, basically what the cover art looks like, just based on the limited knowledge I know of Brodsky. And then this album, what I mean by metal nerd, it's like a kid who grew up listening to all kinds of metal and decided to make his own album, because on each song you can kind of pinpoint a different style of it, a different, like I think it's one of the singles, Siren Song. I might as well start talking about the album. It's full on NWO BHM inspired. New wave of British heavy metal.
Yeah,
very priesty, very maideny. Especially that section. There's a section on 215 where it's just the most maideny thing ever, with like the guitar harmonies and all that.
Something they do that I appreciate and is the most prevalent on Siren Song is balancing these heavy, nasty riffs sometimes with like upbeat, triumphant vocals, or even guitar lines in different sections of the song. And it's not even a juxtaposition of things. It's just the whole picture. It's just the whole thing.
Definitely, the vocals are one that I didn't know what to expect going in.
Okay,
and there's a nice mix of all kinds of shit. There's some like on the opener, and also the other single, "Call of the Void." There's a video for that.
Yeah,
also, very snarly Dave Mustaine vocals.
I noticed that later on in, I think, Demons or Memory Hole. I kind of was like, oh, he does have like a little bit of a snarly Mustaine going on. But yeah. Call of Void is one of my favorite songs of the year. It's perfect. I
don't agree. It's one of my least favorite songs on the album. I think it's a great song.
I love it so much. And I'm not like, I think the album's great, but I don't think anything else tops there's other things I like a lot, but the high I got from Call of the Void just didn't really.
What didn't do it for me is most of that chorus, which is just super 90s punk sounding.
I love it.
You're a bigger 90s punk fan than I am.
That's true. So, I love Bad Religion.
Exactly.
I grew up listening to Offspring, but kind of grew out of them. So
that makes a lot more sense to me. It's complete with like Misfits woes, sing-along woes. It's a good song. It's just not my cup of tea. Although I still love a lot of it like that. I mean, it opens with this super crazy scrapey guitar tone. And that's a thing I did expect going into this. Weird, crazy guitar tones. Didn't disappoint there. But speaking of the 90s punk stuff, there's moments of that all on the album where they go into this thing that's very clearly 90s punk inspired. The way I think it does it the best, as well as one of my favorite songs in the album that I can't fucking deny, is the closer, baby. Setting Sun. Good fucking God. It rules. I love it. I can see why someone wouldn't like it, but I still love it.
It's interesting because they do the like condensed prog rock thing where there's all these different elements. So maybe on like first or second listen, you don't think they're diverse songs, but they actually are. But Setting Sun is the most like first listen, like that is the most diverse song on the album. It's
super extremely, because it opens with this big old epic proggy intro that doesn't go on for that. Like it seems like it's going to go on for a fucking lifetime, but it sets it up as this big epic heavy slower song. Then it cuts right into this insanely satisfying punk riff.
Yeah, it's this. It kind of starts off like a hard rock song, maybe like more like a Thin Lizzy, and then you get your Mutoid Man shenanigans that we're all here for. And then also during certain sections, there's this like bright percussive instrument. I don't know if you noticed that.
I don't think so.
But it's such a nice touch to these somewhat chaotic and messy songs.
They are chaotic, but they are extremely tight though.
Oh, for sure. The chaos is not a malfunction. It is
a feature.
Yeah.
Favorites for me, I have to say it's probably a three-way tie between Setting Sun, Unborn, and Demons. They're all just so fun in completely different ways.
That's what I like all those songs, but it's so interesting how we always have our little differences, because then my other two favorites are Broken Glass Ceiling. I just love the squealy pitch harmonics when you get the more heavy stuff over the fast stuff, but that's still there. And then I love Graveyard Love. It's just like
really, that's my least favorite song on the album.
Yeah, I just like it as like a nice simple ripper. You're in, you're out.
It is very simple, in and out. Very fun and frantic main bass line to it. I'm just not a huge fan of the hard rock, more hard rock chorus. But that has some of my favorite vocals on the album, some high pitched squeals that sound pretty rad.
I think that's what's beautiful about Mutoid Man is, and you know, they're not the biggest band in the world, but why I think you can show them to most metalheads, and there's all these different things. Like if you only listen to this genre X of metal or genre Y, you can like notice all these different things in their music.
And when there's a band this fun, it's kind of hard. You can't really shit on them, because they're not taking themselves seriously. So if you go in too snobby, it's easy for you to look like an asshole.
Yeah, you're the asshole. And yeah, I've seen them live, and they are, just as fun as you would think they are.
Ah, that's great.
And then that drummer, Ben.
What is his name? Ben Kohler.
Dude, he's just like. He's like a metronome. He's just like blasting or doing like the boom bap beats
on fucking Frozen Hearts, dude. He just goes into blasting every other like bar.
He makes it look so easy. He makes it look like he's just playing like a standard like easygoing like 4/4 beat you learn first day of drum school or something.
And yeah, he goes in and out between crazy shit, just in and out, just regular fast beat, bam, full on blasting, just
on a dime,
fucking all over the place.
Yeah,
I think Frozen Hearts was my favorite drum song. What was it? Unborn. I said it was one of my favorite ones. I mean, Jesus Christ, like
that is the ugliest,
dirtiest, ugliest, heaviest, and wild, but with clean vocals that fit perfectly.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, great. It is noisy, ugliest as a song. If you're not going to do a title track of Mutants, then I think, yes, Unborn should be the ugliest song.
Yeah, adopted title track. And then Demons, it's like, it's so sleazy. I could show it to someone and they'd be like, that's, who cares? It's just a regular, whatever, sleazy rock song. I could see it not scratching any itch. I fucking love it. It just does it. I don't know why.
I also like how groovy Demons is. Because there are groovy parts, but that one is
the most, for sure.
Yeah.
It is the most, I keep saying sleazy, but I'm just imagining just full on strippers in cages to this song. It's like that kind of song.
Yeah. This is like, if the Titty Twister from Dusk Till Dawn was a real place, Mutoid Man would be playing there.
It's exactly it. God damn. Memory Hole fucking rules. It's a nice mix of really chuggy and heavy with these hooky clean vocals, and it's not obnoxiously clean either. None of these vocals are obnoxious because he's clean for a lot of it, but there's also, I guess, some guest vocals by Mr. Aaron Turner of ISIS. Check out that episode.
Yeah.
And Nate Newton. Who's Nate Newton? I don't know him.
I don't know who Nate Newton is either.
Oh no. We can find out.
While you're looking that up,
he is a former professional football player.
Oh yeah,
you know Nate Newton, the guy who used to play for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
All right, well we don't know who he is.
I think some of the like craziest guitar playing in terms, maybe not technically, but like what am I listening to? Is that even a guitar is on siphon, where it's like. Is that a guitar that you're making sound like an alien spaceship?
I would imagine so.
Like it's so crazy. I also love simple yet rewarding lyrics like, "Oh shit, what is this? It's an apocalypse."
That's God, it's just so goofy.
I think that goes back to this is. It's weird. Usually when I describe stuff as like, oh, like teenage boy humor, or it's more like your mind's in the gutter or you're stuck, but this is like the most creative parts of like a teenager's like metal fantasy in a way.
This is like the innocent really kind of nostalgic representation of like a teenage boy thing that I think of. I mean, for one, the fucking cover is full on Toxic Avenger.
Oh yeah.
I mean, literally with the biohazard things in the green. So just think of that like a Cabbage Patch Kids and fucking gross ups and
oh yeah.
Brennan Stevens. That's what it's not that juvenile, but it does remind me of that.
if I saw this cover art on a Genesis or a Super Nintendo game growing up, I would 100% buy it.
I've played so many of these fucking Genesis games that stunk, but like looked like
kind of similar with this art. Yeah.
It's endearing. It's very nostalgic for me. I think for 90s kids, for anyone younger, they wouldn't fucking get it.
I didn't really think about how there is sort of this 90s influence on it, but it doesn't sound dated at all.
Not at all. No, it's very much like a nice little crock pot of, well, we like this kind of metal, but we're gonna do our own little spin on it. And like, even I mentioned that Siren Song sounds like, NWO BHM, but it's still way heavier and downtuned and chuggy and chunky. So it's not like a Ween where they go in and they just play the genre fucking and they nail the genre. Mm-hmm. It's like they're doing it their way, which is it always just feels a little bit more I don't know, authentic.
Yeah, there is a genuine level of fun that I think the band has that comes through, not just on this album, on all their albums, even if they're doing like a more serious thing like War Moans, their last album. I think there is this like a fun vibe they have that they're able to capture when they record and play live.
It's pretty rad. And the fact that all these vocals are just a lot of these vocals are so goddamn catchy.
I much rather prefer at this point in my life, this is how I sing. I'm not going, and they still have screaming.
Yeah, there's a lot of screaming still.
But it's not like, oh, we have like the black metal vocals or the death metal vocals. I'm not going to try, or thrash. I'm not going to try to fit into those. This is how I sing, and we're gonna make it work.
Yeah, and it does. Yeah, it's super fucking fun.
Also, yeah, there's this like no mistaking them for anything else. It's Mutoid Man when you hear these songs.
I can't comment. I don't know.
Yeah.
But if I go back to the other albums, I imagine I'll feel the same. Which I plan to go back to the other albums.
What about Converge? Are you a Converge fan? You ever?
I've only heard the one.
Oh man,
so many bands I've only heard the one, just because. Now my excuse is now we do the pod and I'm in the middle of another discography.
Same. I don't know. They never seemed appealing to me. And shout out to Hillary and Connie, who are getting both at separate reasons getting into Converge right now, and they love them. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go back to that well and try to.
But how long was he with them?
He was with them for one album.
Oh, okay.
I remember growing up, I forgot he was in Old Man Gloom. I had a few friends who were into that.
I haven't heard them.
Yeah, I think they're a little more doomy.
Okay.
And then I forgot drummer Ben
Kohler, yeah.
Was on Killer Be Killed.
Killer Be Killed. That actually made one of your lists.
I like cheated and threw
you threw 2 and 1. Totally cheated.
Yeah, I did cheat a little there. I also have friends who love Cave In, which I have never given the proper time of day.
Mm-hmm.
I totally didn't realize their current bass player for this album was in High on Fire.
Oh wait, what's his name?
Jeff Matz.
Jeff Matz.
Oh, yes. I totally forgot he was in High on Fire. So
was he a long time?
Shit. We have to look at, because I think he was. They had a long time bass player. It might be him.
Oh shit.
Yes.
Yep.
Long time bass.
I mean, he's still long time.
Okay.
That's a fucking band we should talk about.
High on Fire has more albums than but maybe one day.
Yeah, because that is a fun fucking band.
Matt Pike is one of the craziest shirtless men in heavy metal.
One of the worst bodied shirtless men. Right under Iggy Pop.
I love, no matter what shape he's in,
or he is,
he's going to play with his shirt off. He does not give a fuck if he's in shape. if he's going through it, like it's gonna come off.
Has he ever been in shape? I don't know if he's ever been in shape.
I think he was. I think like during Sleep and High on Fire's early years, I think he started, getting older and heavier as we all do.
Yep.
And then
music got heavier, and so did he.
Hell yeah. I didn't
know Cody Willis was their current drummer.
Oh yes. I saw that. Cody Willis.
Oh, only from 2 years ago too.
Yeah.
Just started playing with.
Busy man.
Now he's taking over for Dale.
Yes. For the time being in the Melvins, Dale had awful
emergency spinal surgery.
Yeah. So
that's fucking terrifying.
Scary. So get well soon to Dale.
I know he is the best drummer in the world. Like, he's the best drummer in the world. Don't make his spine good. He needs to be the best forever. And the fact that Melvins are still touring when one of the two members is going in for emergency surgery.
Yeah.
There's not even a consideration of canceling the tour.
No. To be fair, I think it was like it started already. Like they said Boris was on their way to the States and it wasn't like a week out or whatever. Like at time of recording, I saw they played Pomona recently, the Glass House. Mm-hmm. So like that tour was like a few days out from starting. As
we've learned from the Bad Brains, you can end a tour at any time if the reasons are drastic enough, such as you as a singer trying to stab an audience member or whatever the hell happened.
Yes, but
he just beat him with a mic stand. I don't think he stabbed him. But
if you're of sane mind and you have someone who was in the band for 8 years playing,
already knows every song.
It's kind of perfect.
It is pretty perfect.
Yeah,
that just goes to show how fucking, like, you look at the lasting, you look at success over the long term, and then you see the ones that are still around or the ones that are like historically the best guys, and just the best to work with and the most, decent human beings. Melvins are a fucking shining example of that. Oh man, I want Dale to be okay.
It's also I never saw High on Fire with Joe Preston, but that's kind of funny to me envisioning him in High on Fire for some reason.
I don't even recognize him anymore because he's so old and he has these giant beard and long hair. I only know him from the cover of the Melvins EP.
Yeah.
Where he looked like a nerd. He looked like a fucking indie nerd, like a Sonic Youth nerd.
What if when he joined High on Fire, he just turned into what he is?
Maybe
he's like a Pokemon. He has different.
He's a ditto.
He's changing constantly.
This motherfucker's 44. He looks great.
Yeah, it's crazy because when I saw he was in Old Man Gloom, I think because Old Man is in the title, I thought he'd look more like more haggard, but
he's a little pretty boy. Oh, so he was on Blood Moon 1.
Yes, he was.
Oh, right. Yeah. That makes
I think I pointed that out too. I was like, I recognize that motherfucker's guitar playing.
Yeah, that's another interesting one. Man, he's put out a lot of... Caven was like his main band.
I'm stupid and didn't realize Caven is very much still active. I'm going to...
new album last year.
Oh, what awesome cover art.
Beautiful cover art.
We bought up like video games earlier. They did cover the Smash TV theme.
Dude, Smash TV. I fucking love that game.
And then, that's where they got the name Mutoid Man.
Oh, it was a thing you fight that was called Mutoid Man?
Yeah, there were Mutoid Man in Smash TV. There it is.
Oh, dude, I remember
this.
There he is. I remember that. Fuck. Dude, Smash TV fucking ruled. And then that was one of like the first, twin stick shooter kind of thing.
Yeah.
One of like the better twin stick shooters. And then
it's so weird too.
There was a semi sequel called Total Carnage that I thought was like better in every way. Because it wasn't just limited to like, the little, Legend of Zelda Binding of Isaac 4 walls kind of dungeon.
Yeah.
It had those, but it was like a moving big area. And then eventually I think you fought like a giant mutant robot Hitler head.
Okay.
I think it was like, it's over the top. It's like crazy.
That is also very much on brand.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It makes the cover art and the whole thing that we're talking, it's Total Carnage and Smash TV is totally that.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fucking fun.
Oh, this is from Columbus Monthly. Steven says, I was going through a mid-20s life crisis. I guess you'd call it that. I started collecting some of the old game consoles I loved playing when I was a kid. Whenever I get into a situation where I didn't know what to do, I could just knock on Ben's door and he usually had the answer. So just bonding over
old video games.
Yeah.
That's fucking, dude, the amount of nostalgia I'm getting just thinking about that is it's so fucking.
Yeah, that's the foundation this band is built on.
But dude, millennials and nostalgia are fucking giant fucking pussies.
I think there's a good way to do it like this, where it's not just like, hey, remember Smash TV, where it's like, we love these things, but we're turning it into this new thing.
Yeah, I like that much more.
Absolutely.
Although I have so much fondness for that. They're making a fucking. There was a, speaking of like Toxic Avenger, they had a little shitty like Saturday morning cartoon version of it called the Toxic Crusaders.
I remember that.
I had like a VHS of that fucking thing. I'd watch that a lot.
My mom let me rent it, the Toxic Avenger movie, thinking it was appropriate for children.
It's not even close.
Why did they turn that into a cartoon?
Fucking nutty, man.
Did you play the Toxic Crusader game?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I brought up. They made a fucking an arcade brawler of it like recently. I don't even know if it's out completely yet.
Oh, it might be a remaster
maybe,
because I think it was kind of hard, or maybe I was just a small child who was not good at video games.
Because this one, it's like, it's definitely cleaned up. It has modern, like, I say modern graphics, but like modern, cartoon graphics, and it stinks, man.
Oh man.
Well, I'm not a huge fan of arcade brawlers anyway.
Yeah,
like Streets of Rage type stuff. But even then, not great.
And speaking
nostalgic though.
Yes, speaking of nostalgia and Toxic Avenger, got a Peter Dinklage Toxic Avenger coming out soon.
Wait, really? You're not just like making fun of him?
No,
like they're actually making a new Toxic Avenger.
Yeah,
with Peter Dinklage.
Yeah,
what is he doing?
He's playing Toxie.
He's a small man.
Yeah,
I don't understand what's happening.
He turns into a mutant who's normal.
That's
normal height.
He turns into a normal. Oh my god, he's 5'10",
but he's still, toxic.
But he's still toxic. I'll tell you what's toxic is fucking throwing all little people under the bus for that fucking Snow White thing.
Man, short people got
yeah, like no little person gets a role except me,
dude.
Motherfuckers.
CGI has done, little people. I'm not saying they were eating good necessarily, but in the 80s, 70s, like, they had their place in Hollywood, and now it's just completely.
Oh, the golden little era, dude. Back when we used fucking suits and costumes for everything.
Yeah.
Oh, those are the days. See, we're back to fucking nostalgia.
Oh man. And what's weird is like, you would think the Peter Jackson way of just like, oh, we're going to use known actors instead of little people would have replaced it, but now it's just like, oh, well, just take your face and see, like, we won't even do the camera tricks
because that's hard, dude. You got to build a giant prop thing so that they're far away while looking like they're not far away. That takes skill, dude.
Yeah,
we don't want that shit.
It's just like uncanny valley stuff, like back in the day, I'm sure the role of Rocket Raccoon could have been played by a little person.
It'd be, to be fair, we're talking about, it's like the golden age of tiny people.
Yeah,
it was just the golden age of Warwick Davis. He had like he was the Peter Dinklage of the era.
He ran shit.
Fuck.
They probably just like this wrote that in Willow there was a short person in there, and he just magically appeared, and he's like, "That's me."
Did you say short? Boy, have I got the guy for you.
Man. Oh, the Willows.
I never watched Willow.
I rewatched it a few months ago.
What? Why?
It's so fun. It's just so.
Really?
It's so. I was on a bit of a fantasy movie kick because I saw the new Dungeons and Dragons.
I heard it was neat.
It is neat. It's fun. And there's just something nice about one-off fantasy movies that aren't trying to be epic.
Yeah.
Or they're epic, but they're not trying to tell you a story that doesn't end.
Oh, yeah.
And Willow's is so good. Got Valley Kills.
I was not expecting this to go in a Willow direction, but since we're on Warwick Davis, I was fucking terrified of the Leprechaun growing up. I was
You should be.
Dude, he was my nightmare. That little fucker, that little shit.
That's the best of both worlds. You got Warwick Davis and killer prosthetics.
Yeah, that is true. Those were really good prosthetics.
The amazing prosthetics.
Underrated movie.
Underrated movie.
I don't know about the Vegas and space one so much, but
I have yet to seen him venture into the hood either, but you know,
we've seen the highlights.
That leprechaun can go anywhere. He doesn't know the limitations of space travel, probably time travel. Send him to like the 1950s or something.
Dude, the 50s. What a shitty time to be a leprechaun.
Have him like rubbing elbows with like Al Capone or something in the 20s. That's more like 20s.
Oh, just a criminal leprechaun, not even like a murdering one.
This make him a Dick Tracy villain. Just Dick Tracy versus the leprechaun.
We talked about Dick Tracy not long ago. I need to watch that fucking now.
Those prosthetics are fucking crazy. They're fucking cowards and they won't, but put that fucking movie on your streaming service.
I mean, that's Cronenberg. You can't be associated with Cronenberg.
No, it's...
No, we had this conversation last time.
I think it's all Warren Beatty. He just got like some wild hair up his ass that he needed to make this Dick Tracy movie, and he needed to let the whole world know he was fucking Madonna. And he also said, I'm going to make Al Pacino wear the craziest fucking prosthetics.
You're right. I keep thinking it's Cronenberg. It's all Warren Beatty.
Yeah. This movie technically has an Oscar. Why is it not streaming?
Oh, right. It won 3 Oscars?
Oh, 3. Okay. I thought it just had the one.
Best original song, best makeup, best art direction.
Let me say, probably not the best makeup, but it's certainly the craziest. So,
oh my God.
I'm for it. Like these... It's so weird. They said Dick Tracy's going to look like a normal person, but all the villains were going to make them look exactly like how they're drawn in the comics. So they have like weird shaped heads.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Even if this movie's not good, I think there's something to be said about making a movie this fucking insane.
And started Al Pacino, Madonna, Dustin Hoffman, James Keane, fucking James Caan, Dick Van Dyke, Catherine O'Hara.
Stacked.
I mean, that's insane. Well, I know what I'm doing.
Pirating Dick Tracy.
Dude, Danny Elfman did the score?
Oh.
Are you fucking kidding?
There you go.
Dude, this is a perfect movie.
I don't know who did the cinematography on this movie, but I'm willing to bet I'm willing to bet this guy has crazy. Oh, the guy who did Apocalypse Now is the fucking. I already knew before you clicked on it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And wait, so Disney owns.
Yeah, Touchstone.
Oh
yeah, Buena Vista. Yeah, that is Disney.
Pussies, man. It did really well too.
Oh shit.
162 million.
Gee, and it only costs 46
to make. Yeah,
you can't make a mainstream movie for 50 million these days.
Not with those names.
No. Oh, dude, Kathy Bates is in here too.
Holy shit! Oh my God!
It's this half Mutoid Man, half us fighting about how insane the Dick Tracy movie is.
Dude, is this the best movie ever made?
It might be. It genuinely might be.
Good Lord.
I might just buy it when I have a few extra dollars.
Yeah, definitely. So thanks so much for listening and watching. Holy shit. we like the Mutoid Man album. It's a good ass album. If you're a metal fan in any way, I can't imagine why you won't have a good time. It's fucking actually super duper creative and really varied and diverse. Fun as hell and hooks, man. Fucking hooks for days. So yeah, there should be a link to the full album on Spotify in the description. So go ahead and check that out. Go ahead and follow me on all social media at PanderMonkey and Alex on Instagram at
Every Album Alex.
Hell yes. And please follow our history guy, Tom Osman, at Tom Osman Sounds on all social media, as well as TomOsmanSounds.com. He does all our dirt digging and he gets us some of the new albums ahead of time, and it helps a lot. If you want to really help us out, Patreon.com/every album ever. That's where you go. Some bonus episodes. You get to see our schedule in advance. You get to vote on polls to decide who we cover next. You get to join our Discord, be a part of our community, and suggest these EAE singles episodes. There's a new album that's come out that you want us to talk about. Throw it in there, and we probably might pick it out. And if you're tier 2, you can suggest a full-ass discography for our bigger, longer numbered episodes. So go there, do that, please, and thank you. Please check out my EP. There's a thing in the description, link, fucking whatever. And let's wrap it. I know what you want to wrap it with, so I think that's what we're going to wrap it with.
No, I think you know what I want, but I think we should just do Setting Sun because this is so unique.
It is unique, and it is a big epic closer. Fuck yeah, let's do it, baby. Hell yeah. So thanks so much for listening and watching. See ya.